Welcome back to the Streamline Investigations messages. Thank you all. To be honest with you, we've really got to keep this case in the limelight because I think after this search, it's just going to go on from month to month now, where they're going to do small searches to try and keep us in the loop. But we've got to fight for more answers. And Don is doing his best in Australia. And now he's going to see whether he can contact Gus's father and actually speak Joseph and actually speak with him one-on-one. Sue says, thank you for keeping this case active and our new feeds. There's a very little coverage between Dunn and your channel is a daily check-in. Thank you very much. This is far one of the strangest and most logical missing persons cases I have ever seen. Nothing makes any sense. I agree with you, Sue. And it's bizarre, but like I said, we have to ramp up things and get answers now. Really have to. And the support that Don in Australia is giving us at the moment is absolutely brilliant, and I'm going to back him all the way to get answers. Josie Murray, not Robert, respect that they have changed their name by default. Yeah, I understand that, but like I said, I'm going to sort of put it out there in what I think's best. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to change my basically my viewpoints at the end of the day. Yeah, he changed his name, but if, like I said, if I want to say Robert, then I'll say that. Reread the title of the video, edit it, and then I think it was prearranged for someone to take Gus off the property. Maybe Jess was not aware. That's why she was off feeding the sheep. I don't think Josh knew either. Josie is domineering and Shannon has gone along with the plan. Gus is probably at an undisclosed location because of the conflict between Josh and Josie, and a new law has been passed in South Australia to give police more powers involving people at risk. Interesting stuff, Janny. Thank you very much for that. Kerry Cox, agree, Anita. Hope the grandparents up to a lie detector. Thank you, Marto. Very, very true. I mean, we're at the point now that people are saying, yeah, have respect for the family, but I've never known a family to actually sort of come out and not say nothing about a 4-year-old boy who's gone missing. And it takes them 6 days to produce a picture and then 3 hours to inform the police that he's missing and another hour for the police to get there. And that's technically all we've got, that he walked off and he's never been found. And the family are walking around like nothing has happened and people haven't got any questions for them. Sorry, but we have. Lynn Cook says, I definitely think Gus was taken to safety. It would have been planned. And where is the mother Jess? Why did she vanish? We need justice for Gus. I'm praying he's safe and happy. God bless his heart. Thank you, Lynn. Beautiful message. Maggie says it's a crime. Do what must be done. This will always return back to the family. Yeah, definitely. And the answers lie there, Maggie. Thank you. Jenny says the Tivers are in a nearby farm. Fleur Tiver seems to know the family well. Gave them a glowing testimonial when she was interviewed by reporters. When did she last see Gus? She seems very close to the family. Very true, Jenny. Good point. And let's just hope that the Tivers at least give another message from the family in thank you for the help of putting basically Gus's case out there. Nothing. Not a dicky bird. Australia First said, is anyone else thinking that searching these mine shafts so far from the homestead, the investigations might be shifting to invention? Good point. There could be more to this Australia First than meets the eye. Jim Clark says, yes, exactly. Organised for him, all gates open and closed, and probably some time in the past. Good point, Jim. There's a possibility this happened a lot earlier than what we thought. And then Josie and Shannon's story. I think someone took Gus, says Lane. Do you know, Lane? Thank you for being a full member, sweetheart. You could be correct there, but it just seems weird in that the family are not talking. I just want to see a little bit more emotion. That's all I'm asking for. We're not even getting that. Anita says, I'm on the mid-north. Police will not come out and state anything as it's an active investigation. True, I do not believe this was not Josh at all, not nor Jess. Police are not silly, and I know Southpole are watching chat groups. Interesting stuff. Jenny says the family are full of shite. I tell you what, Jenny, it just makes me think, why aren't they coming out and just showing a little bit of emotion? And this is what I want to see. I think people are peed off. Vens Voter said, read the comment, YouTube channel yesterday, think it was True Crime Rocket Science, took a screenshot too. The comment I read, they were all polygraphed and passed. Who knows in this crazy world lately? I think the word should be polygraphed. I'm absolutely certain that it's possible to get the property without being detected. Maybe there were some workers or visitors on site at the time. There is a road called Oak Park Road leading into Tiverton Station, and from the Sturtvale Road leading to the Oak Park Road goes towards the main road barrier, Highway A32. In addition, it probably is possible to get to the property with an off-road vehicle. I also think that the grandparents are behind this and that Jessica knows what has happened. Search closer to the house and maybe even Josh's, or he ain't there. He was taken. Or ain't there was taken. Interesting. Thanks, Grace Park. Ali Harris. How about the airstrip and feel it's much closer to home? There is only 4 fully trained cadaver dogs in Australia, plus 1 in training, and 1 is on loan in Tasmania. Thank you to NASDU for that information. In comparison, there is over 70 fully qualified cadaver dogs in the UK. There is more than 5 different types of search and rescue dogs used, and as far as we're aware, only scent ones have been used, Ali. Yeah, that is correct. I've never heard that cadaver dogs have been used on this case at the moment, Ali. Thank you very much. But we'll have a discussion on it tomorrow. I will definitely talk to you about that and get your view of where this case is going at the moment. Chris says, I'll stick with my origin scenario. Just as someone taken him because he didn't want him to be raised in that environment. My thoughts exactly, justice for Gus. Jimmy Bushido says, but on the bright side with the grandma in the case, there are no more snakes on this property. Don't think. Oh, we've got a few more messages here. Cheryl says, we have seen Shannon with Josie shopping in a car park. Yes, we have. That is very, very true. And they seem to be going around as normal. Nothing in the mine shaft. Police will return to the property at a later date. May the truth be revealed. I hope so, but why do they keep returning to the property? Why can't they just do one clean sweep and check everything and let us know what they've checked so we can just tick it off that list? Lynn says, no way Gus went missing by himself. Trans Gran and Granny know exactly where Gus is. It's within the family. They are accountable for Gus no matter what. He was neglected. Truth will prevail. Justice for little Gus. Let's pray for Gus. Excellent. Janny says, new police powers passed for high-risk missing persons cases. Interesting stuff. This has just been passed through, isn't it? The government at this present moment on this case. Behaviour of the family, come on. And we're not getting answers. This is what I'm not saying, look, we need, we want the police to find Gus. I know they're trying their hardest, but the family could do more in basically coming out and telling us what happened. Mike Foxrock, we know someone that had met and knew Gus Granny at least 3 decades ago, not immediately, but an acquaintance sense, and met Gus's mum when she was about 8 to 10 years. She was a very nice woman, intelligent, from quite a good background, we think. And Gus's mum was nice little girl, always beautifully dressed. I don't know if they ever met Bob Josie. Feel like it was mentioned, but it would have been brief. Interesting. I think it's quite plausible, that theory. I mean, just the backstory that Bob had a relationship with Sharon's dad was a traumatized war veteran. I think that was reported correctly. I think that's supposed to be Shannon's dad. That transition to Josie after he died could be enough to indicate possibly 2 generations of abuse, if that makes sense, father and husband. I worked on an abuse case for almost 2 years. In one of my jobs, my first thoughts went to Josie, not out of discrimination, but out of understanding mental illness and drivers. Yeah, I think there's a lot of mental illness that go through that family, Mike, that hasn't really been discussed. And it seems like the people that want to help them and get close to them, they tend to act aggressively like Josie did when that reporter just wanted to make sure technically that they were all right and that they're coping at the end of that. And I'm sure she would have answered them reasonable questions as well, which didn't happen. The reporter was basically attacked verbally, and when someone's holding a gun, Josie, in her hand, it isn't good, to be honest with you. Okay, that's it, people. Thank you very much for your full support. Oh, one from Ali Harris. Good point that they also need the cadaver dogs, and let's hope there's a breakthrough shortly. Hugs, and thank you for all your support. Ali Hugs from Streamline. Brilliant, Ali. I will definitely do a video on this and get your viewpoints and up-to-date, and cadaver dogs should be used. Let me know your thoughts, people. But like I said, myself and Don are going to get things going behind the scene, and we can see what we can come up with. Thank you, people, for all your support. Let's get these videos out there. Let's get your family, your friends all over the world to support this channel, because we're not going to give up on finding where little Gus Lamont is. Thank you very much, people.